And I'd like to welcome back with me today Dan Oweiler, the president of Sterling Financial Advisors.
Sometimes.
Happy New Year.
My wife says not all the time.
Not all the time. Sometimes she is.
That's right.
Is that the way it goes?
Oh, well, are you married?
Yes.
Well, I don't need to explain.
Really good to see you, and Happy New Year.
Same to you.
Yeah, Happy Lunar New Year, which starts tomorrow.
Yeah, we needed the rain, but like I told you in the break, sometimes it's nice to spread that out.
Right,
You know,
right.
rather than getting it all in one weekend.
Yeah.
You know, for a long period
Well,
of time.
with the start of a new year, besides the fact we won't say the T word, right? Taxes. We all have to go through that and look at our finances and that sort of thing. But
or the I word?
Yeah, or the I word.
Impeachment?
Yeah, there you go. So this is an interesting topic, the 4 big retirement regrets that you should avoid. And I think we probably all have some for various reasons. And we're talking obviously financial.
Yeah, financial regrets.
Yeah.
There are other regrets.
Yeah.
But, well, as I've talked with people over the years, sometimes they come up with different statements. And one of the ones that we'll talk about is I started Social Security too soon.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, a lot of people are anxious to be able to take that benefit. They've paid into the Social Security system for so long, and so that at age 62 they're able to start taking it. And sometimes people feel like, well, I don't think Social Security is going to be around long enough for me to get all the benefits, so I'm going to start taking it at age 62, which reduces your benefit by about 40%.
It does.
So it's fairly significant between going another 4 years to full Social Security age and taking it at age 62.
Yeah.
So one of the concerns that we've noticed that people often come in and say, I wish I had waited to take my Social Security because I would be getting a lot more.
Yeah, and the difference could be several $1,000s a year, and then if you are able to wait till I think it's 70, push it off even longer, you can almost double your benefit from 62 to 70 by waiting those.
That's one of the things that if we've got other assets, maybe an IRA or 401k that we can pull out of. You know, a lot of people are saying, well, I don't want to pull out of pull money out of my 401k until I have to, which is, you know, under the new law, if you hadn't turned age 70 by December 31st of last year, it's now 72. But I don't want to have to take that out until I have to. Well, unfortunately, from 66 to 70, Social Security goes up 8% a year, as you know. So that's a guaranteed return on your money at 8%. It seems to me like, you know, utilizing some other resources for some cash flow might make sense if you can delay that Social Security payment.
Yeah, and we're very fortunate. We have on our expert on Social Security, the public information guy, Jeffrey Rodriguez. We show that program every Friday, and he really goes over all kinds of things like this, and great information. I think you've done stuff with him, right?
Yeah, we have. We've had him come in and do a couple of client events for us. But we've kind of done some calculating between age 66 and 70. If you're able to wait that long, it only takes about 12, maybe 13 years to break even. So if you're going to live past 83, you're better off taking that. Well, a lot of people here are over 83, and a lot of our clients are over 83, and so you would have been better off. It's not a right or wrong question. I always tell people, take Social Security when you need it.
Yes.
Okay? I've advised some people to take it at age 62 because their cash flow really is in need of some additional funds on a monthly basis, so I recommended that they take it. Others we've recommended to wait or even wait till age 70. So that's one of the regrets that people have is starting Social Security too soon.
And one thing you got to look at too is if you're still working, because if you take it at 62 and a half, there is a restriction. You can make whatever you want, but the penalty on your Social Security, of course, you still have to pay that T word.
That's right.
No matter what, you got to pay T on
taxes
on Social Security.
Once you're at 66,
yeah,
you don't have to.
Right.
You know, that's one of the advantages. There's no restrictions on
That's
earning income after age 66.
So another one, here's one, they call it quits too soon. Now, tell us about that.
Sometimes people say, well, I wish I'd stayed working because my company was matching my 401k dollar for dollar up to 6% or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Well, that's 100% return on your money. If I contribute $1,000 and the company contributes $1,000, that's 100% return on my money. And so sometimes they feel like, you know, I didn't need to retire, but the thought of it sounded good.
Yeah.
You know, and they find out that, oh, I got home and I didn't have anything to do. I probably could have worked another 3 or 4 years, taken advantage of those contributions, and maybe had it a little bit better. You know,
that's
retirement.
True.
So, yeah, I mean, again, I have clients say, I got bored and so I went to work for Costco. You know? Well, that's okay if that's what you want to do, but don't retire and have it impact your overall long-term goals.
Yeah,
you know?
That's true. What's that saying? Is it youth is lost on the young or something like that? You know.
That's right.
Okay. They relied on too much hope.
These are, people are hoping the market saves them, you know. And over the last 10 years, you know, we've gone a long time now with a market that's been pretty nice to us over the last 10 years. Normally, a correction in the market or a bear market happens every 6 or 7 years. So I think that somewhere down the line, we are going to see that correction. And I think we've talked about this before, that having a correction in the market early in your retirement is much better than later in your retirement, because the amount of the correction impacts your money much greater than it does when you're first starting. And so sometimes people are hoping that the market is going to save them, you know, and at this stage in their life, I'm not sure that ought to be the plan. We should set up a plan that is going to give you some secure income and then have a fair return, not hoping that the market's going to save you and meet your goals.
Yeah, and that's something I know you've talked about, where you come in at a certain point in time, you shift funds from...
Well, we go from the accumulation stage to the protection stage. You know, that's the hardest thing that we have people doing, is they've been so in this accumulation mode and trying to grow their money as fast as they can or as best they can, and they're in the market and the market's doing 15 or 20%, and going back to a 4 to 6% return is foreign to them. Right. But it certainly is something we can discuss and set up a plan custom to what their goals are. Right.
Now, here's something. They spend too much, plan too little, and enjoy too late. Now, of course, you know, that's true when you're younger. You're really talking about, you get to, you know, your middle 60s here and you start to retire. And what a lot of people do, you've got, hey, let's go on those cruises and all that. And we all want to do that. Let's face it.
Yeah, we have our bucket list.
Yeah, we want to enjoy life.
Right.
And the kids are... Although I had kids late, so I'll still be, you know, it'll be different for me. But the point is, they're at that point in time when, wow, we're done working, we've got grandkids, it's time for us to enjoy.
Well, obviously, you ought to stay within your budget that's going to allow you to not run out of money. If you spend like a drunken sailor, you know, when you just retire, and all of a sudden now you realize, hey, I don't have enough money to last me the rest of your life. Obviously, you need to have some restraint so you don't run out of money. Okay, so the other thing is not enjoying retirement. I can only use my parents as an example. They were in the latter part of the Depression. They grew up in the latter part of the Depression, and they just didn't want to spend money because they were saving for the rainy day. Well, at age 85, they were still saving for the rainy day and didn't enjoy what they had accumulated. And so there's a fine line between spending like a drunken sailor and enjoying retirement. There's nothing wrong with, I think that we have a client where the couple came in and they were kind of butting heads on finances because she was always protecting her money and he was always protecting his money, and we were able to set up a plan where they were able to take 1 or 2 vacations a year.
Yeah,
and now
and that's part of it.
Yeah, the whole thing is to enjoy retirement, okay, but do it with restraint and understanding that you need to have this money last you the rest of your life.
And I met a few people at your Christmas, your holiday dinner that you do every year for your clients. And what was interesting is you got a lot of people that are enjoying life. I mean, very interesting people, you know, collecting cars and all kinds of stuff. And it was really neat meeting everyone.
We have pictures from clients from where their vacations were around the world.
And that's part of it. It's not just retiring. You got enough money, it's retiring, having enough money and enjoying.
What I have found is that everybody's retirement is different.
Yeah.
You know? We had one client who traveled the world. He was in sales and international. He says, I've probably been to, you know, 40 or 50 different countries throughout my career. He says, my ideal retirement is finding the best recliner, getting the best TV, and sitting back and enjoying life because I've traveled my entire life. And so his ideal retirement is much different than somebody else's who's never traveled, you know. And so I find that everybody's retirement is customized to them.
That's true. You don't work for Lazy Boy, do you? By the way, no. Now there's a good.
There you go.
But that's a very good point. You don't know. For each person, it's totally different.
And I've had people that say I got bored and went to work for Costco or Home Depot or something, and that's okay as long as that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
But let's not have to work because you didn't plan or you didn't save.
Yeah. A lot of time, it's just having fun.
Exactly.
All right. Well, if people want to get a hold of you, of course, sterlingfa.com, 949-859-8900, as Dan has said many, many times. If you just want to come up for the first time and talk to them and see how they can maybe help you out and go over things, you know, you welcome that.
If they would like to even get on our monthly newsletter, they could call us and give us their email, and we'll send out a monthly newsletter to them. And that would.
And seminars, any coming up?
Yeah,
in the
actually,
spring,
we just started we had a seminar Wednesday night. All of our seminars are at Ruth Chris Restaurant up in Irvine. We've got one coming up on Monday. We're pretty packed for that, but we're starting our seminar season, and so they can give us a call, and if they'd like to attend, we'd love to have them come.
All right. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you.
You take care.
All right. Take care.
And we'll be right back.